Hi lovely, it's Tjoni with you. How's everybody going out there? Bit of intense energy around, right? So we're just a few hours off the full moon, I believe, and wow, it's really digging deep. It's really digging deep. But being here in Luxor, I'm starting to see it as a bit of a rite of passage. If you can make it here and sustain your humanity and some kind of gentleness and integrity and a good heart, it's like you can pretty much deal with anything. But now, whatever energy this moon is bringing through is really pumping that transition full of steroids. That's my experience anyway. So, how's it affecting you guys? Last night, I was just absolutely pummeled by something really, really kind of huge, and it feels like quite cosmic. Uh, just really dealing with absolute failure, like total failure. There's been a real personal kind of reckoning happening for me in the last few months that has been snowballing over the last few weeks and days. And last night I was just really hit with this sense of failure as a human, as a woman, as a businesswoman, as a wife, an ex-wife, as a sister, as a daughter, as a money maker, as a home owner, as a agent of change, as a thought leader, as an educator, as an artist, as all of the things. Wow, I just hit this point of just needing to let all of the bits go, like all of the bits go, to the point of just wondering if I'm completely and utterly delusional. It's I just keep remembering this meme from when I was a teenager, that just because nobody understands you doesn't mean you're brilliant. And those of you that know me will know that I've been really trying to bring through these new ideas of business and collaboration for like decades now. And I started having these thoughts of, has anyone seen that movie, A Brilliant Mind, with the wonderful Australian actor? He'll come back to me. You know who I'm talking about. Anyway, the movie was a true story about a scientist, I believe, from like earlier last century, and he thought he was brilliant, and he was kind of like a maybe what you call an idiot savant or something like that, where he would just be seeing all of these patterns in everything, and he was quite obsessive about these patterns, and he really thought he was onto something. And then after a number of years, he came to a sudden and dreadful realization that he wasn't seeing patterns, he was actually like schizophrenic, and that a lot of things in his world actually weren't real. And so I hit this point last night of just thinking, wow, what if all these patterns and structures and this matrix that's in my mind is a complete and utter delusion? What if this is so? Well, if it is so, that's fine. So what do we do with it? I think this is a perfect opportunity to really rebuild from the ground up whatever it is that we're moving into as a collective, with absolutely no attachments whatsoever to any of our preconceived ideas. So I'm challenging myself with this right now, and I'm just turning over every little pebble on my current path to just check what's serving me and what's not. I have talked about this in the past relating to all of the external structures And, with the Inspiral Out Loud series, we started looking at things like education and media and energy technologies and money and all the different structures that we're functioning in, just to see which bits of them are actually like really serving us and which bits are true and which bits have been inverted. And now it really feels time to be questioning all of the internal structures as well. And I kind of touched a bit on this with some of my chats with Colin Walker at the Menorca Consciousness Group. You might have seen those. But it really just hit me last night of just thinking, oh, am I brilliant or am I just broken? I've got no idea. I might just be completely broken and delusional, and that's fine. That's fine. But one of the things I realized when I was thinking about my my thoughts about Inspiral and wanting to create this whole global structure of businesses and communities and living scenarios that are based in this completely new way of functioning, or maybe it's just a very ancient way of functioning that we've been cut off from. And I think, well, what's my role in that? When I look at it, and when I hold up a mirror to myself in that scenario, all I can see is this deep, dark, black, but multicolored black sea of potential. And it reminds me of Alan Watts talking about the difference between the masculine and feminine, and that the feminine aspect is the potential, it is that darkness. And that the masculine aspect is that spark, is that intellectual focused drive to be able to create something out of that potential. And so maybe there's something in that I'm finding right now, that I've been unable to bring anything to fruition to the point where it's sustaining me and my family. And maybe it's to do with being too much on that feminine side, on too full of the potential, too full of the ideas and the inspiration, and with not enough balance on the left side of the brain to be able to pull that through. And it also makes me think of the dragon dreaming idea, where you have the 4 quadrants of projects and so on that kind of fractal in and out, and you've got your quadrants of dreaming and doing and planning and celebrating. And they say that if you don't get to that celebratory stage in a project, and at different stages of the project too, the energy of the whole thing just kind of dies. And so actually exploring our qualities in all of those 4 quadrants and balancing them, especially for those of us that are working on our own on projects, I think that's really important. So I'm going to start doing some spiral matrix work on that. So if you're also a soul trader just working on your own, I'd be really interested to know what your thoughts are on that. As in, what are your strengths? The dreamer, the planner, the doer, or the celebrator? And have you managed to find balance in all of those 4 areas? Because if we're working in a more kind of traditional mainstream corporate structure, then you have all of those different people playing different roles. But for us as soul traders, we're trying to play all of the different roles and wear all of the hats. And that can bring quite a lot of struggle, which is why I'm so interested in collaborative business structures. So the other thought that came up as well is, I don't like the word starseed. I don't like to use it, but I just did. I guess it has so many egoic kind of connotations to it. If we can release the identity to it and just see it as the idea of those of us that feel like we're not really from around here, we don't quite fit in. I wonder how much that kind of affects us, as in our potential or our ability to be able to anchor ideas into the earth. And I really like just swimming in potential and idea. I find it very difficult to bring stuff to earth. And I wonder if that's because I actually just don't feel like I'm from this place. And if you similarly don't feel like you're from this place, do you also have this systematic pattern of not actually being able to fully bring projects and so on to realization and to their full potential and to their completion? Anyway, this is just my little reflection, my little ramble for the moment. I hope you're having a great day in amongst the muck. I saw my reflection this morning and I went, wow, Tjoni, we're getting so old. We're so tired. And we're so dried out. Wow, the desert really sucks everything out of you, I tell you what. But I thought, that's okay. That's all right. That's all right. We're still here. We've still got a beautiful house. We've still got food. Still got our beloveds around us. Like, we're doing okay. And I think just being able to undo ourselves and unravel ourselves and be like really not perfect and have absolutely none of the answers, it's all right. It's a good place to start. So I'm starting there. I know absolutely nothing. I know nothing. I'm just starting a journey. And if you're still listening, it sounds like you might be on the journey with me. So thank you so much and welcome. And I'll share a bit more soon. Till next time, my friends, be well and keep dreaming the good dream. Ciao for now.